Thank you for coming on the show, man.
Of course, buddy.
High Times champion. Indica, first place. Blue Zushi.
Yes, sir.
Super Boof, Sativa, second place.
Yes, that's right.
And when was that? What was the date?
That was February 7th.
So it was like the other day. I don't even remember. My scheduled time is pretty
Saturday.
crazy.
It was over at Sony Hall in Times Square.
And you just got back from Japan, right?
Also just got back from Japan just like 5 days before that.
Did that have any little effect on it? Because we're going to get into like competitions and what they mean and like... people have a lot of opinions on it, but it was funny to see you, and I've gotten to know you, so it's like you were just like, oh, I won?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's humbling, but I just want to ask you a bunch of questions about that tonight, but like, did the Japan thing have anything to do with it? Were you like kind of like weirdly shocked?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like forgot about it for the 2 weeks I was in Japan.
Yeah.
And, like I knew I was, on my way back, basically last day in Japan. I'm like, all right, start thinking about what's back home,
Yeah.
Like 5 days from today, I'm going out of the city. Get back, spend a day just to recoup, recover, get out of jet lag, and then went down Saturday morning and, partied it up.
Yeah, that's awesome. You just got back from Japan, and you're partying it up in the city, and the reason I brought that up was, like, you seemed very zen, very chill, very, like, not understanding that it's a big deal, and we're going to get into that on the podcast of, like, does it matter? Like, people's opinions on competitions right now are pretty crazy. But at the end of the day, I believe it does matter. But, like, how did you feel?
I didn't like, blow my mind. I was like, I was kind of like, I guess it was surreal. But I also, I've been level-headed. I've been growing fireweed for a long fucking time. So
that's how I met you.
Yeah, exactly. So, I super appreciate the accolades. But, like, for me, it's like, it's just affirmation at the end of the day,
Right. And you had your boys with you.
Had a bunch of my boys from different places.
Looked like you just got off a snowboard mountain.
I had, a lot of those guys are snowboard guys too. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This podcast is brought to you by The Bakery in Cohoes, New York. This is one of my favorite dispensaries in New York. They have the best menu. We're proud to be on it. The best staff. Mike has become like a mentor to us out in New York, especially when it comes to Upstate. Be on the lookout for podcasts and more collaborations that we're going to be doing together. The Bakery, Upstate New York, in the Albany Capital District in Cohoes, man, that's the spot. Breakfast Connections Dutch Master hats are available now on breakfastconnections.co. These things are dope, paying homage to our original Connecticut roots. We're not able to put tobacco on the blunts, but the whole reason we even did the blunts in the New York market was that we found this cone that was able to, like, taste the weed and have that good experience that we remember with the Dutch Masters. So that's why we're kind of paying homage with the Dutch Masters hats. We're in tons of dispensaries from in the Adirondacks out to Utica, Capital District down to the Bronx, and Misha's Flower Shop in Brooklyn. We're going to be expanding into the city a little bit more. We also have Living Soil grown indoor flower that's going to be under $40, I'm pretty sure. That's a steal. Some of the best weed in the New York market. I feel confident in saying that. Around $40, that's pretty good. Look out for those bags. Breakfast Connections eighth bags, Breakfast Connections blunts. We still got some of those more affordable eighths of the outdoors from last season, but we wanted to ramp it up with some more Living Soil indoor grown flower. I think that's it. Back to the show. So I know I say it all the time, and I'll be like a broken record, but it's nice to be on here and talk with you, is that I met you through Mike Pinetree from Maine, and he was telling me years ago about you before we even started like working with each other or anything out here in New York.
We even knew each other at all.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And he was like, this guy he grows like these greenhouse light assist. I'm sure you could talk about exactly what your thing is, but he was just like saying how you're the best at it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He saw a bunch of my, not even mixed light, just like, midsummer depths that passing as indoors, and he was kind of blown away. He's like, I told him after the fact, after they're all gone.
Yeah. Sorry, bud.
Those were all
he admits it, though.
Full sun, dude.
Yeah. Well, it's funny coming from him, too, and I'm sure he'll watch this and laugh about it, is like,
I'm sure.
Even him, like, when I know him pretty well. So he was like, when he told me, I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Because you never say shit like that. You know what I mean? So he was bigging up you, man. And
appreciate that, Mike.
Yeah, for real. And it's just cool to see because that bud that won legal market Golden Gardens flower, that's light assist.
That's
right.
Yeah,
which is funny.
Greenhouse. Yeah,
it's I go get light assist bud. From, those guys up in Canastota and everything.
Yeah.
But like I say, it's indoors, and our whole thing is like I'll say it's indoors, but I tell people what the light assist is.
I mean, there's a door on that greenhouse, right?
Right. So like, tell me a little bit about that. What do you think about that? Because you're the perfect person to talk to about that because you are the one who grows indoor weed in a type of system.
There's a lot to it, like indoor is just easy to run all year round. That's the simple gist of it all. The parameters don't change. Like greenhouse, super fucking hard to regulate that thing. Summer runs are harder than the winter runs, especially in the Northeast where humidity every morning in the summer is 90 to 100%, and it doesn't even drop below 70 most days till 11 a.m. So that's really when we turn our lights on, but that's already when the heavy lights already come out and the sun's high in the sky, So you almost don't need the extra light, but you turn on anyway. Your greenhouse gets to 85 degrees or more, and then the lights dim, and it's this whole thing, that it's hard to combat. There's no real way to combat it, and wet walls don't do it.
So why do you do it? Why do people do it? Because that's what you hear all the time. Is if your formula is what people want.
Right.
And it's cost per gram or cost per pound.
It's not a set it and forget it formula, dude. Every round, we got an early summer run or late summer run. Those parameters all change, and when the lights are going on and off, sometimes the light depth stays down because we don't even want the sun to come in and heat the greenhouse up, so that we're not venting, so the dehumidifiers can actually do their work. Because if the thing's venting all the time, the dehumidifiers can't do their work. They're just pulling in 90% humidity air, and then everything's thrown off. So,
and why people don't do traditional indoor under lights. We used to remember HPSs, but now it's all LEDs and stuff, and that's another conversation. Is cost, right? There is because electric bills and shit like that.
The setup, putting up a greenhouse in an agricultural environment and pulling power on agricultural zoning comes a lot less red tape.
Okay.
You want to go somewhere where there's 3-phase power on a huge indoor with HVACs and everything, it's going to come with a lot more cost,
Yeah, especially these big ones. I just keep hearing people being oh, if you're going to try to find a spot, you got to find a rundown grocery store.
Right.
Right. Or
something big commercial, wide open already. Yep.
Mm-hmm. But your shit is phenomenal. And I always say this to people too, and this being my friend, is when people like you are good growers, especially because I don't grow, it's sad that when I buy it or see it, I'm looking for its faults, right? Because I like it. Always. You know what I mean? I'm what got fucked up?
Yeah, that's how I look at weed too. Not that I really purchase much weed.
I wonder what that is though.
Yeah.
Why? No, I don't know.
You're a stickler for the right reasons.
Yeah, I guess. But I don't know. I mean, the thing about what I like about you and your crew here that have been so open arms to me and helped me get into the market is you guys are business savvy. Yeah. And what you were talking about with the greenhouse and why I keep asking you those questions is cost per pound, cost per gram. I used to hear that from my buddy that used to work at True Leaf because that's the whole just from a corporate standpoint, it's
totally.
You want to bring that cost down, especially if you're fully vertical. You're just that's how you make more margins on your unit cost.
Right.
Right.
I mean, there's so many variabilities in the greenhouse that it's almost impossible to have any real projections every run. We go from 50% of our best run to 100% of it, from run to run. Our best runs are in the winter.
Because it's hotter in there and it's
because
drier.
It's because we're not venting so much, and then we can actually run CO2 in there. Kind of like an indoor. Granted, it doesn't get up indoor levels, but
we're gonna talk today about the flush thing because I know you have the best opinion, and my buddy Tommy is gonna love it too.
A lot of people have the same opinion. Now.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's my point. Is now, right? Yeah. Thinking back then, a lot CO2 wasn't CO2 the. Do you have something to say?
Can we mic her up?
I don't think I've ever heard her bark. Shout out Blue.
Shout out Stella Blue.
CO2 wasn't CO2 a thing? People used to be CO2 isn't worth it.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's like, it was kind of along the lines of like, oh, that's PGR weed, that's CO2 enhanced, blowing out buds.
But like, what does that even mean? Like, I don't get it. Like, the only thing I ever heard was
comes
like,
from ignorance.
I heard from like my older friend that like doesn't know anything about weed, and I remember telling him I put CO2 in my room. He's like, you be careful.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know that was like a thing. Like, the CO2 could kill you.
I mean, not until like 50x what you put in a grow room.
But that's my point, where like people are just so crazy about like the, everyone wants to fucking be right, and everyone wants to be the Steve Jobs of the weed industry. Right. And what I really like about you, man, especially because we've obviously became friends, but like as peers, let's call it,
Sure.
It's just cool to see you win.
Yeah.
And it's funny because we know we were winning before. Like, that's why I even say we. Like you know what I'm talking about. But I look at it. I'm looking at it more of like sport, in a cool way, right? Like you see players compete, and then at the end they're like exchanging jerseys. And there's something about the weed industry that is, I hope, kind of gets to that. And I'm a little bit more of a small fry. I'm more of like the like a kick returner that's really good. I feel like I could be like a Hall of Fame kick returner or punter, but like I think like you guys, like the big dogs that win and shit. Yeah. It's cool. It's like I like to see the competition of it. That's what I like about it.
After the show the other night, like the Runts guys and the Doobie Labs guys, we were all congratulating each other.
Yeah.
There was no no like shoulders to anybody. It was like everyone was so cool, and they're like, "Yo, good job," and that was like what you like to see. It's not.
But the competitiveness is there no matter what, and we all know it, and that's what I like, though, is what you're saying, because like we all have it.
It's like I go out and play pool, billiards quite a bit. Yeah,
you
right?
guys love that shit. And darts.
But when I go out, like, I don't care if I win or lose. I just want to see a good pool, and that's like basically what all these weed contests are really about. It's like we all just want to see people grow good weed, right? Like if you're growing good weed and you grow better weed than me, I want to know what you did. How'd you get there? Like that's what it's about.
Well, I was at the Growers Cup too, and it's just so funny to see. No matter what, obviously, like people can have opinions on those two cups and then other cups from the certain markets, but those two cups, all the winners, legal growers.
Oh, really?
Which is very right. Isn't that weird? That's a weird New York thing. You could say that one is more underground than the other.
Bigger grow, a little bit more dialed, maybe more funded.
New York is different, though.
It's true. I come from here.
So let's talk a little bit more about that. Where do you come from? Like you grew up in the Hudson, right?
I grew up in Hudson Valley, New Paltz, Kingston area. Yeah. And of course we had some plants in the cornfield.
As a youngster?
And, yeah, 13, 14, kind of grew with my first bag seeds and nothing crazy, dude.
What were the parents thinking about that? Were the folks cool?
We kept it pretty under wraps till maybe I was like 16 and I decided to dry some weed in my house and I got blown up pretty quick.
You remember where you were growing?
Shit. I remember one of the times we got some like skunk #1 seeds from my friend's like older cousin who knew some like weed growers that were local and like had some seeds, and that was some of the best weed we actually grew.
That's what's so funny. That debate is always hilarious. Like I wonder, everything did get hybridized. No one really talks about that. Like how like we can't find the weed from back then. It's like everything did get like crossbred. Yeah. I wonder if that's just
this was some, backyard farmhouse, just grew it in the field, and my buddy's dad just happened to probably see the plants and not brush hog them for our sake,
Yeah, man. And then you went into college, right? You went to college, and then that's where you met some of these homies, right?
Started growing a little bit of indoor there, real low key, Plattsburgh zone.
I was gonna ask where at, but then I was remembering.
Yeah,
it's statute limitations. That's far back.
100%. Yeah, no worries there.
Yeah,
but some big players came out of Plattsburgh. There's a few names I won't mention, but everybody kind of
did it have to do with the book.
Yeah.
Because I got that book. Yeah. I haven't read it yet.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we won't have to put it there. We'll see after editing, after I talk to him, see if I can put it right here. We'll edit it.
We could ask him.
Yeah. He's got a fucking book.
Yeah, I think it's pretty in the open here.
That's cool, though, man. There's some really cool history here. And me not being from here and then, like, going around, like, that's why I love doing this shit, is, like, New York's so fucking big. There's so many people. There's so many pockets of culture in the cannabis industry.
Dude.
You know?
So many weed people in New York, like arguably more heady than any other state.
You think so?
I do.
Why?
I don't know. It's hard to say, but like, you know, I've traveled, you know, around the country and checked out all sorts of weed grows in different states, and like, just like, you know, people that grew up in New York, like, are still in New York, most of them, and like, oh yeah, my dad's been growing for years. Like, I'm so surprised how many people I know that, like, oh yeah, my dad's been growing for 40 years.
Yeah.
And like, you know, the Adirondack guys that were growing all that duck's foot back in the day, and like those packs that came that were outdoors, not beasters, that you definitely knew were outdoor grown Adirondack packs that were way better than the beasters because they're actually dry.
Yeah. Yeah. Canadian beasters.
Yeah. Hey, they paid the
running
bills.
it.
They paid the bills.
Yeah, absolutely. And something I've noticed a lot too is a lot of people like yourself, I'm pretty sure here, and tell me if I'm speaking out of school here, it's like you go to college and then you go off and you're still in the game, but then like you come back. Was it opportunity? Because like the state kind of, because that's the only reason why I'm in the game. Like New York's pretty rad. I think I like to really get in. It was like $10,000 to $11,000. Like at the end of the day, with licensing and stuff. I mean, you know me. I don't got it like that, but we were able to make that work. I had a good LLC, you know, and you've seen our journey. So
yeah, 100%. You guys are coming a long way.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, they. You know, I went to California for 5 years, a couple outdoor big things, and, you know, indoor in Tahoe for like 3 of those years. And then, you know, Maine went legal a couple years before I moved back there. You know, a couple homies helped me get started there.
Nice.
Shout out to those boys, of course. You know who you are.
Yes. Hell yeah.
And then, you know, I've been in Maine for, you know, it was about 10 years, and then started coming down here and like helping with this project, which, you know, kind of snowballed into me being here all the time.
Yeah.
Which I am 100%, you know, living in New York basically now.
It's fucking beautiful, dude. It's so funny because I was like there with the journey,
yeah.
You know, and like know similar people that you know, and like just watching this. It's not just you. It's a lot of these people from New York that go out and then they're like coming back home, and we're in this time right now. And it's cool that you fucking won, dude. Like,
how many other New Yorkers?
Like,
thank you.
It's fucking cool.
How many other New Yorkers did you meet in California and along your journey?
A lot.
A ton.
A ton. A lot.
And you always know they're New Yorkers.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. We're always talking about fucking pizza, dude, and how the bars are closing too early.
And you know, me and my buddies joke about like, you know, when you grew up in New York, like your best friends are your worst enemies.
Hilarious.
And each New Yorker, you know, kind of knows the same thing. Like, you give your friends the most shit out of anybody. Like, so many people grow up in different states, and that's not even like, it's not even a thing. Like, you don't give your friends shit. But in New York, like, your worst enemy is your best friend. It's
so funny. Yeah, it's like that big brother mentality.
No one leaves anything on the table.
I can talk shit about him, but not you.
Right.
And then you just go
100%.
Dude, and you just fucking pack.
But like someone else says something, and it's hands. Let's go.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, it's good.
I fucking love it, dude. It's been really cool to see. You know, I want to. My goal now is, I think we talked about last time I saw you, try to save up and like get some land out here. You know what I mean? Like, I want to fucking like. The next chapter of my life, I feel like I'm in like my second quarter. Me and my dad always talk about that, of like sports. I feel like we just keep going back to that sports aspect of this industry, especially with you winning in like a competition. I feel like I'm in like my second quarter, you know? And I feel like there's like 4 quarters of life, especially in like the industry as us as like artists or craftsmen building brands in an emerging industry.
Right.
I think it's like really cool to see what's going to happen like before halftime. You
yeah,
know?
Halftime's approaching for me, probably.
Yeah, that's what I feel, and you know, it's really cool to see. And Hudson Valley, youngster, college, growing to winning these awards, man, like it's pretty fucking cool. I'm wondering what you're gonna do next.
Yeah,
you know, because you have something pretty solid. You ever like trip on that of like, because I feel like you're like me, a creature of chaos, like the mix. You know, like getting your hands dirty and almost the drama into pressure makes diamonds.
Keep yourself busy. Busy.
Yeah, like what do you think is next for Golden Gardens, you, and like this journey?
We got all these greenhouses we're about to build. You know,
as
much as I hate the term state of the art, there are going to be some greenhouses that are like, you know, I don't know if more than a couple of companies run them like this. You know, fully sealed, insulated walls, clear tops. Automated shade cloth over the top, 50 tons of HVAC. We're doing, you know, full spectrum top lights, under canopy lights, as if it's an indoor. And we're trying to grow the best mix light. Maybe call it better than indoor, like indoor plus.
Why? Like, what's
spectrum.
like for someone who would want to debate that? Like, why would it be indoor plus? Because you think you get more benefits because you get the sun?
Right. I think the sun is undeniable, and the consistency of indoor is also undeniable. So if you can kind of fuse the two, I think there's some sort of like higher ground that can be found.
Proof's in the pudding, man. I'm excited to see your future. My buddy Tommy always likes to talk about you guys because he comes from True Leaf and he's working with me. Just like you and some other homies. I want to say their names, but I feel like they would be mad. I'm gonna blurt it out. And those guys, and they'll blurt it out. Don't worry. Yeah. I wanted to say it because it would be even funnier. And but like he loves you guys because again that aspect of like business and art at the same time, and like industry, like being a leader in industry, but at the same time like keeping the craft, keeping the respect. That's what I love about you guys. And I think that's the first time I've even asked anyone on this show of like, what do you think is next?
Right.
Because it's like, it seems corny, but it's true. Like, it's exciting to see what you guys are going to do, man.
For me, immediate future, it's just, building these 6 super high functioning greenhouses and dialing them in, make sure the crew knows how to maintain them and like take care of them. And like,
how did you scale like that? Because you always tell me about like good pans, good people in there. Was it like SOPs and formula, or do you feel like you still have to be there a certain amount of time?
We've only had the one greenhouse for, a year and a half now. Or so, and that's a long time for some people to take their baby steps and learn things, so
it's really just being patient then, huh?
Yeah.
Because you did dial. Yeah. It's funny because your bud didn't necessarily get better, but like you could just tell it was dialed. Like bud size maybe was a little bigger. Yeah. You know what I mean?
We've had hit or miss rounds, no doubt. For sure.
I didn't really see it. I'm not even just buttering you up. I think maybe but bag appeal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like
the summer runs are super hard, man. Like it's really hard to not cut early for fear of botrytis and all that stuff, So like there's a lot of aspects to the greenhouse. That's the air-cooled greenhouse is just super finicky around here. So we're managing it just fine, but having 6 the way that we have them now would be a fucking nightmare for me.
Yeah. Well, it seems like you like to put your hands like in the fucking dirt and like get out there. You know what I mean? Like the work. It's funny. I've been hearing that a lot lately. And like I was saying, I've been talking a lot about sport. And it's like, I just want to keep doing this shit and like having fun. Like for me, it's the hustle of like being in hotels and going to like selling weed. Like I know I'm good at and like doing this type of shit. I feel like for you guys, it's so much about like getting back to it. Right? Like getting back to the grow or like new genetics. Like I remember your excitement of showing me those new genetics.
Right. Yeah. The new genetics things excites me for sure, know, and when we get these new greenhouses going, we're going to add another 8 strains. So that'll be good. I got a couple of them picked out. I don't have them all picked out yet, though.
Oh, yeah? Can we talk about them on here a little bit?
Yeah, I think so. I don't see why not.
Tell me.
Looking like we're going to be running at least the Snowman.
Okay.
The Blueberry Pie Runts.
Okay.
Cheetah Piss Runts. And I think the 5280. Which is the Mile High Dave RS11 by Dante's Inferno.
Nice.
So
a lot of purple candies, but a lot of like different varieties of it.
Yeah, this one's like I want to say I think you tested out some of that weed. You saw a couple nugs of that.
Special boy.
Yeah, I think you did. It's like blueberry Pop Tarts in my opinion. Like the blueberry top Pop Tart filling is kind of what it smells like, and I'm talking about the ones without the frosting, which I like.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of those cake. I wonder if those cakey strains are going to make some type of a comeback, Like wedding cake or like.
Right.
Remember that strain, The White?
Yeah.
I love that one.
Yeah.
That
hashy.
Yeah.
Plant. I'd call it hashy. Yeah.
But it was better. Those hashier ones are almost like people say if they want to be haters, like cardboard terps.
Right. I was gonna say the terps are not like crazy like palate staining, but like they get you lit as fuck. Like, that's the type of weed that gets you high.
Well, you know what's funny is you're cap junkie. You're funny, man, because some strains where I'm just like, of course, Brad doesn't flush. He's got cap junkie. What's this gonna look like? But it's like made me like love cap junkie because it just goes to show that certain strains just need the right growers that care about it. You know what I mean? Do you think about that when you pick? It's like this is gonna be for me. Like when just like how you're gonna run it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've just been able to like put me aside now.
Really?
Most things are like commercial production, right? So like we just want to bring the best of the plant out. That's the whole goal, you know?
You do, though. That was kind of my point there.
Yeah.
Is that you do. And it's like, again, I go back to like, oh, I'm just going to, it's almost like I'm going into it being like, what? Maybe it's because I know you like giving them to me. I almost want to look at it and be like, what's wrong with this? You know? But dude, I feel you, bro. But I was blown away by the last couple times we've been able to hang and smoke and you showed me them. They've been rock solid.
Oh, yeah.
Every single little thing I would look for that would be wrong, right? Like maybe all of those runts and stuff, they're like similar. But you have different,
right.
I remember the strains you've been showing me over the last whatever time it was. We don't get to see each other all that much, but it's like, it's always a little bit different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's important.
Lines,
you know,
they're like lines.
You need to appease different parts of the market, right? Like some people aren't going to want to smoke runts. I know plenty of people that don't. You need some gas. You need some hashy stuff. You need some fruity stuff.
Well, New York market's funny too, bro. It's like Blue Dream and Trainwreck and shit, or like that's what everyone wants.
Super Boof, number one. Or what, 2024, 2025? Can't remember which one, yeah.
And you now won.
Second place.
What won first?
The White Widow.
From who?
Doobie Labs. That shit was fire. That shit was truly fire.
Right on.
For sure.
I like your friends 518 Hollow too.
Yeah, the homies.
They're fucking
For
cool,
sure.
man.
Yeah,
They're rocking it too.
They're growing some good weed.
Well, you know what's funny is since this whole metric thing, we're seeing it. Me and blurp out the name again would talk a lot about like it's funny how so many of these people are just like straight taking advantage of like the market and just like doing whatever they're doing with weed. I don't even want to say it because I don't even know. I really don't even know. But like they were doing funny business,
right?
And then now all of a sudden, certain brands like the weed is just like completely different and shitty. But like if you look at our shit,
right,
it's
consistent.
the same if not better,
right? Yeah,
because we're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
But like, what's the right and wrong thing in the state of New York in the legal weed business? You know what I mean? But like, that's why I always say it. I love working with you guys because like you're from the culture like me. But, like, we want to be above board. We want to be compliant. We want to do the right thing. And we also want to get better at business. And, dude, I don't know about you guys. I don't know if I could say this about myself. But you're turning into, like, leaders. Again, going back to, like, that you won. Do you feel that at all? Do you see it a little bit?
I don't feel any different than I did yesterday.
I feel you. But, like, dude, like, I don't know. Like, we're starting to see some new shit. And I was asking my buddy the other day that owns a dispensary. I was like, why are all these, like, there's so many, like, turnovers and all these changes? I was like, is it really just, like, metric and stuff? And he's like, yeah, kind of.
Right.
It's like things kind of just, like, change. But, I'm work with you guys all the time, and it's not easy. But, like, I love all the homies around and, like, being able to be hands-on and just, like, working at it every day. It's not easy. But, like, dude, you guys have been killing it. And I'm proud to, like, be a part of the squad.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah, man.
Dang.
This is fucking awesome.
Thank you.
But
Appreciate
yeah.
you too.
Yeah, and I just think you guys are going to end up being industry leaders, and you don't even know it.
Yeah, I mean, we're self-funded, so
that's
we're
kind of a big part of it, though, too, bro.
We got slow growth, but it's not that slow.
How many stores you guys in now?
I want to say somewhere near 380.
When we first started like working together and everything, I remember you said you were in like 5 to 7. I'll never forget it.
That's hysterical.
Isn't that funny? It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Yeah,
and you guys are doing it the right way, man. It's really cool to see. And I want to talk a little bit more about the competitions. Was this the first competition you ever went in?
I entered like the High 95 maybe like 7 or 8 years ago up in Maine.
Okay.
I don't remember what I even got. Somewhere like the teens place for concentrate maybe. I can't remember.
Oh, really?
But yeah, no harm, no foul.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot since then,
Right. And why do you think that things are different now?
Hard to say. I don't know. Just stuck with it. And people have really fallen off since the market's compressed so much.
Did you think about that long ago?
Yeah.
It's like COVID times.
Yeah. I mean, you run a few different facilities at the same time. You got room coming down every month in each facility. Gives you 2 to 3 learning experiences every month. Mm-hmm. You learn something 2 to 3 times a month on a somewhat large scale. You're going to get better fast. Especially one of the keys for me is just not changing more than one variable at a time. If I'm going to do something, I'm going to try something in a room, I only change one variable from the one before that. Otherwise, you can't even call it scientific at all.
Okay.
And if you want, you can change one variable on 1 or 2 lights or 1 4-light bench or something like that.
You're very analytical.
Yeah, I come from a manufacturing background, so that might have something
That
to do
makes
with
a
it.
lot of sense, and I think that's why you might be winning with the style of grow you do too, because I don't think you could be really that good at your style if you're not.
Right.
You're talking about equipment. You're talking about like prep.
You gotta have consistency, and like if you're not consistent, you know you're gonna have different outcomes. Even if you are consistent, it's impossible to tell what the reason is. You know that the weed came out differently, unless you only change one thing or you don't change anything. So.
Mm-hmm. Do you think consistency comes just from like sticking with it and being able to pivot and like?
Yeah, I mean,
adjust?
You know, obviously you have a good experience with something. You say, all right, we're gonna do this from now on.
Yeah.
And then like you have to, you know, trial it a couple more times, and as long as that works for you, you know, then that becomes your standard. And then you start thinking about other things you can change. You know, like your cloning protocol, your veg time, topping, not topping.
Yeah. Right.
How much you big leaf, like your dry backs.
A lot of it's fucking time too.
Yeah.
It's like, what am I wasting my time in this where I could be putting it more into this, and I can free up. So we talk about full vertical, like back in the day, full vertical. We were always kind of full vertical.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Can't do it here in New York unless you're micro. So.
Right. So it's like funny to see like the differences of that, because that's like all of our brain. It's like, oh, if I could take time out of the garden, I could go sell more. But if I put more time in the garden, I could have more product to go sell more. So it's kind of like a balancing act of where you're putting your time in the garden, you know.
Which now here, like, I don't have anything to do with selling a product, you know.
Yeah.
It's like I'm on the cultivation. I'm on the far back end. I don't even.
Do you like that?
Yeah. No, it's great. It's right where I should be, you know. Like that's what I'm good at, you know.
Yeah. That's funny.
Why do something I'm bad at, you know?
Yeah. No, I've been feeling the same thing with what I do, and I've been really embracing because like with your shit, just like mine, there's aspects of it that are hard, but like. That's the competitiveness that I was talking about. I've been looking at it more like sport, where it's like, if it's hard, I'll push through because I know I'm trying to win.
Right.
Trying to get the goal, and then you have your team, and you know it's not always going to be easy with your team, and then you figure it out and you win. You know.
One of those a similarity there is like I used to play soccer, and you know like you know you might run 15 miles in a soccer game, but like you make me go run 15 miles with no soccer ball around, fuck that, I'm not gonna do it. But like that's like going to do the work in the grow. Like, if you had to do the work and there was no, like, outcome of the grow aspect to it, like, I wouldn't want to do that fucking work.
Which is very funny, bro, because you had a big outcome.
Yeah.
And I bet you don't really – that's why I wanted to have you on now, because I want you to remind you of that, too, because that's kind of funny. I bet you didn't think that. Like, this is everything I worked for.
No, not at all. No.
You know what I'm saying?
No, the work's already happened, so.
Nice. We got a driver in here.
Who that?
What's up, brother? Dropping off some stuff?
No, just paperwork.
Oh, nice. Got you in mid-podcast, dude. Don't worry. I'll blur out your face or whatever if you want.
Cool.
No big deal. I got some merch for you, too.
I'll take that.
Yep.
I like free merch.
Absolutely. I appreciate you all the time, homie.
Always. What would I do? Get my dream car in 3 days, man. It's been the best.
What are you getting?
2016 C450.
Sick.
Little AMG. Yeah.
Whoa, let's go.
Yeah.
That's a project.
That's rad, dude. Congrats.
Super pumped about it. Super pumped. Never thought it would happen. Here we go, 6 months working with a company, and I'm freaking about to step into my dream car.
Dude, that's fucking
You know what
awesome.
I mean? Like,
Let's go.
can't
That's
beat it.
awesome, man.
Since you had some fun. Oh, there they are. Cool. Thanks, guys.
Party on, brother.
Cheers.
Good to see you, man.
Thank you.
See, I told you it'd be cool. Out of nowhere. Doesn't even know. Goes, literally providing the dream car, you know? But that was a really cool analogy with the soccer ball. Like, I like that a lot.
Yeah.
And you should be proud. And also, but it's funny how I think you're going to get a lot out of that, which is hilarious. You know, because like you, it's people like you, when you win those things and you're going to do more of these like content videos, it's going to come out. People are going to see the face behind Golden Gardens, and you're going to see it. So like, do you think competitions matter? If that were to happen for someone else, right? Because that's easier for us to look at it from someone else.
It matters.
Like, we don't care.
It's not everything, you know,
Yeah.
like had a couple good batches.
right, yeah.
Yeah. And, you know,
Right time, right place, right time.
people love Blue Zushi. People love Super Roof right now, you know, so like, the strains, might have had something to do with us winning. Obviously it was a good batch. So
well, your Blue Zushi's fire.
Yeah,
I had some of it,
it,
and I gave some to my brother, and he's such an annoying snob, dude. Shout out you.
Oh,
asshole.
He liked that one.
He loved that. He wants me to get him more. I'm like, go to fucking New York, asshole. Pay a lot of money for it. I don't want to pay. But that's again how you know it's good. He's like, I don't want to pay for it. It's like that's how you know it's the top shelf. You're gonna have to, buddy. You're gonna have to. Super Boof is funny too because a lot like the Cap Junkie I was telling you. I'm not the biggest like trop guy, but like yours was great.
Yeah, I don't even like Boof. I don't smoke it.
Yeah. Why? Just because of like the
I just don't like the terps.
Of it.
Trop,
Mike always says
Super
that he
Boof.
won't. You can't get Mike to smoke any trop.
Oh no.
He says he like freaks out.
No, I mean I actually do like to smoke like a Super Boof rosin cart sometimes during the day.
While you're going,
get a little zooted up,
It's like a toot.
But I'm big like Cap Junkie. The Buck and Runts is definitely my favorite.
Yeah, that's an interesting. Tell me about the Buck and Runts again, because I think you've told me before.
Buck and Runts.
It's a different type because it's not candy. It's more of like you explain it.
I think it's got a little candy, but it's more like creamy, sugary with a gassy back end, maybe, or something along those lines. Everyone gets a little different, out of every weed. But.
Right, and that's what's cool about yours is again like your runts are different.
Right, that runts like definitely performs better than a standard runts because it's crossed with something that's not runts, So it performs really well. It looks kind of ridiculous. Like people that love it. It's like definitely that kind of weed.
Do you not run the pancakes anymore?
No,
that's so sad. And I know I'm biased for so many reasons. People can make fun of me, whatever.
Yeah, so many people loved it.
But it's so good, dude.
Maybe we'll bring it back. We still got it in the stable.
I love that shit, dude. Maybe if you guys could give me any weed, you know what I mean? I know you guys are so fucking...
Grow you one plant.
You don't have enough. Yeah, I know there's not enough. I've been asking since day one. But maybe one day when it's bigger and you have all those greenhouses, we could do the pancakes.
Some throwback runs.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Throwback tray.
Yeah, absolutely. Dude, it's gonna be fun to bring the boys out on Tuesday too to do the food thing. So
yeah,
tell me a little bit even now. So it's gonna be a good little prep for it. Is why did you want to do that? I'm like that's why I wanted to bring the boys out. It's exciting that you want to do that. There's something about that I want to explore more.
I don't know. I've just been like cooking a lot more and getting like kind of I don't know about serious, but like I super enjoy cooking. There's like a process to it, and like it's like a batch of weed. You start it here, and then like. You do your processes, you change it like a little bit every time you cook whatever you're cooking. Like prime rib is what I've been fucking with lately. Or rack of lamb, or brisket, or short ribs. Sick. But yeah, like, the prime rib thing is like, you nail a prime rib just right. It's like, I don't know. The outcome is like, it's like batch to batch, like that batch of prime rib was fire and it only lasts one night,
and then you wanted to show it to your friends. It's not like you're eating the whole thing by yourself.
Yeah, exactly. It's a thing that everyone gets to enjoy together, But
do you think that has to do with things that are a little bit more less chaotic and more dialed, to where like you're almost looking for but it's come to you something that's similar that is a little bit different. It's almost like evolution in a way.
Yeah, it's a little therapeutic. Like finish up a day. All right, cool. Like I got 3 hours today. Like I finished at 5:00 today. Like I can go home and cook something up today, and like I enjoy that. And I'll spend my entire 3 hours of free time in the evening to do that. You know,
it's funny. I was telling you off air about like my little insecurities with like watching this and editing it. I know. But like it's actually been helping me. I've been saying it on a couple of the pods. It's like therapeutic for me because like this is that thing now because like now there's a formula, especially if I can buy in bulk from these growers and bring it, and you guys rock so well that it could be processed and delivered and everything. It's like I'm almost dialing more into this stuff, and it's like I want to get better at it. I want to ask better questions. I want to, like, when you brought up doing the food thing, I was like, I'm just gonna get my crew out there and we're gonna make this thing. And it's been helping me sharpen up and find new things that got me, I think, into the weed game, which was like bringing different types of people who wouldn't normally be in a room together, have a good time and smile and laugh. Right. Yeah. So that's like the whole Breakfast Connections thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I know you're a foodie, and that's why I was like, let's do some, like, let's cook some food up together, you know, like maybe do something and do, a little
Well, it's going to be cool to
sesh.
see, like, who you are and what this is, and that's what we tried to do with that show, Breakfast Connections YouTube show, right here. is try to like get people to peer into the lives of us in the industry. This is kind of like a on the go. This is what's going on. I like to see, like, we talk about 80-20 a lot, right? Like the 20% of the market and then 80% of the market.
Right.
The idea is that like 20% of the market is like where we come from, the heads that are really like that know and want to learn more, and they terps, genetics, all that. And the 80% is just like the majority that is looking for high THC for the cheapest price, right?
Right.
We think we're doing pretty well because we come from the 20% and we cater to the 80.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that's admirable. I mean, you want to grow your business, and if the market's more educated in the future, like you can kind of curtail your business that way. But
exactly, and it's more of like it's us looking at what we are of service to, and that's why I bring this up, because the 80%, we are very open about like selling to them at like affordable rates, like even with like the pancakes, right? Like that would be a luxury breakfast connections random item, but our day to day is like, I would go, if I were to buy weed from you, I'd be like, Brad, like what's like not really hitting, what like wasn't the best run, and you give that to me and I can give it to people for a cheaper rate, and like you'll still be able to be like, it wasn't Golden Gardens, but like that's Paulie, that's my homie, and we want to get it out to the people. And I felt like my purpose was always like the hustle part of it and the gathering part of it, and doing more of this stuff. I've been like really dialing that in, I think, because things are working out. That's why I brought up the thing about cooking. It's like I feel like some of us right now, it's getting steady.
There's some parallels.
It's weird, and we still love that grind, and we got to almost put it into something. I don't think someone like you could take a vacation for too long.
Oh, a couple weeks in Japan is pretty nice.
How was that? Snowboarding was cool?
It was epic, man. We got so much. We got like 5 feet of snow in 5 days in Niseko. Then we went to Furano, which was not nearly as like built out. Like Niseko's built out for tourists. Like Furano's a 30,000 population city with like real Japanese culture there, and with a mountain on the top side of the city. Mm-hmm. So like we got to go like really get into the culture and check out some bars and spend some late nights with some Japanese people.
That,
so much fun, dude.
Smoking any weed out there?
No. Okay. I may have found someone that had a little rosin vape at some point.
That's
took
nuts.
A couple rips.
Was it American?
Yeah, he's from Hawaii, this guy.
Oh, really? Yeah. That's cool.
But yeah, it was pretty funny.
Do you know about any land race American strains?
I don't know nothing about it now.
Because when I asked that, someone, I've been trying to find out, and the two that people have been bringing up is Hawaiian weed and then Alaskan weed.
Right.
Like the two like land race American weed, and it's funny because it's like, you know what I mean? Like all over
opposite climates,
like fucking on the land of America.
Right.
And it's like, I wonder what it is, because there's always like Acapulco or Panama or India, Afghanistan. It's like, I wonder what there had to be, because there's like Native Americans that are smoking weed and tobacco and stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
I wonder what it would be. Maybe some skunk.
We can get a greenhouse out here.
Yeah.
Little strain hunters.
Oh yeah.
Strain Hunters America.
That'd be so fun, dude. I would be the fucking best host of Strain Hunters America. That's a fact, dude.
Let's go.
Let's do it. That'd be so funny. That'd be such a silly show. The weed industry specifically is so different.
Yeah. I mean, it's been up and down for a long time.
and a lot of people, like we said earlier, they got out. So I wonder sometimes, like, sticking with things and like looking back on how you just won this competition. Like I asked you that question earlier. That was like, I wonder if so much of it is, and even my success is like, is it because we just stuck with it?
I think so. Yeah.
And I think it was like
some element of it is definitely like because of it.
What else are we gonna do? We're thinking about doing other things now because this is getting pretty steady.
I got a couple things in the pipeline, but this is what I really care about most. So
it's just trippy to think about like that time and where we've come to now since like the COVID times. I feel like weed has been like a big spotlight, and people are like the 80-20 thing, right? 80% of the market, right, is probably $700 million a year in New York, because it's $1 billion a year business right now. Yeah, and it's like that 80%, right? Like $700,000 to $800,000 of people who might not be educated. That since COVID and since things have really changed when it comes to like law, especially in the state of New York with weed, it's like people are just running out there instead of taking fucking pills or whatever. They might go get a sleep gummy. You know what I mean? Or instead of going out drinking, they'll get like some heirloom drinks or whatever, you know?
Alcohol consumption is down.
Big time.
Know, you know, so.
Yeah. And I wonder if
that's a win.
That shit.
It's a big win.
It's just so much has changed, and like so many people love to talk about how the weed industry is like people aren't doing this, and they get scared, they get shook, they jump out, they run or whatever. But I still think it's fucking booming, dude. And I think it's only going to boom more because more people are going to be smoking weed.
Yeah, and my job is just dialing the cultivation to make it still affordable.
God bless you. Straight up. God bless you for that shit, man. It's fucking awesome. So before we wrap this up, tell me about the flush thing. Tell me about, so you don't flush.
I've been flushing weed for probably 6 years now. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. The flush thing's funny. It's like, what are you flushing? Yeah, nutrients out of the medium, maybe, but like your plant only uptakes what it needs. So whatever's left in the medium shouldn't have anything to do with what's in the plant, in my opinion. You know, of course, like you can overfeed something and get a nutrient lockout, and then like, you know, as long as you're not locked out somewhere and you've already overtaken some sort of nutrient or micronutrient, like I don't see any reason why you should be flushing. People flush for 2 weeks, you know, there's lots of science on it, you know, like all like the people that are really solid, you know, I don't even know who to name, you know, Ramsey.
Andrew Huberman? No, I'm just kidding.
Ramsey, you know, is a good dude. He knows a lot. You know, the science is there, and I see way better results when we don't flush. Like we tried to flush like one round a couple years ago, and it was nowhere near as good as the next round or the round before.
Quality?
Yeah.
Interesting. And what people would say is the white ash thing. And like what my buddy Tommy would always say is like white ash has nothing. If you like really produce weed and test a lot of it and see, it's all about genetics. The way the weed burns,
and or the dryness of the product.
That's true. Like how you cure it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I obviously haven't grown in a while, so like I don't really know the debate. But I was a big time on like what are you talking about? Like what? Get that shit out. You always flush. Like I learned that in the Bay, like a 2-week flush. But I don't know, man. Like you smoke it's sometimes if you do the blind test and put weed next to each other, it's like it's all just a facade.
It depends on your media too. I mean, like if you're growing in small pots, like you're gonna run out of nutrients so fast if you don't keep feeding them. Like you grow in a 1 gallon pot, like and your plant's growing fast. Like 2 weeks without nutrients at the end is gonna screw you over. It's not gonna finish correctly. Like. Yeah, you might want to augment your NPKs at the end a little bit, but even still, if you're flushing, I say flushing, but if you're running off enough nutrients every day, no matter what, you're resetting the nutrient profile in that medium.
You're shocking your plant
at all times. No, I mean, I'm saying when you add nutrients to it while you're like at the last 2 weeks, like as long as you're running nutrients through the pot and replenishing at the exact right ratios, your plant gets exactly what it wants. And like that's what you really want, is not to, you know, hold them back from being able to eat what they need. They need to eat what they want. Like,
and that's what I was thinking. That's why I said that. Like, I was thinking if you do flush it, it probably shocks the fucking plant. Like, what the fuck
big
are you
time.
doing?
I mean, even in like, you know, traditional like tomato growing, like you ever seen a split tomato? You know what I'm talking about? A tomato that's got a little split in it, and then it like heals up, and you see like a split tomato at like a farmer's market.
I wish all these things. I could lie to you.
Yeah,
I go to a lot of farmers market. I gotta change my health, dude.
I mean, they bring
I'm usually eating tomato sauce. Go on.
But yeah, anyway, people have, you know, been growing tomatoes forever, and if you know, you don't feed them for the last couple of weeks, like the tomatoes start to split, and on a cellular level, like these cells start to like implode because they have no nutrition, apparently. Mm-hmm. There's more science to it, and I'm no scientist.
But you keep learning, and you did it because of what you learned, and then the proof was in the pudding on your product, and that's what I want to talk about. I knew you would want to.
I'm an experience-based grower, you know.
Yes.
I just know what's worked for me, and I keep just kind of build on that.
Dude, and congratulations on your win.
Thanks,
and I can't wait to see more.
Appreciate you.
It'll be fucking sweet, man. We'll be out there on Tuesday cooking.
Bang.
I'm going to be there with a little bib on.
Yeah, I'll get some aprons.
Fuck yeah, you the man.